a privilege to be with you tonight, and I just want to tell you a little bit about this hedge fund trader. This is really partially my story, and I've been working with Mark since the early 2000s, really almost 15 years, and it's a really interesting story. And yes, Glenn, I have been called worse than Mark, but I will say that 15 years ago, I was a college student coming home from break, and I'm from Naples, Florida originally, but I reside now in Wichita Falls, Texas, which is pretty much right on the Texas-Oklahoma state line. And this is where my wife's family is from. But 15 years ago in Naples, Florida, I come home from college, and I had heard that Mark was looking for some help. I just assumed that he was referring to his hedge fund. So I walked to his office in Naples, Florida. It was a beautiful office. On one side, it looked out over the bay. On the other side, it looked out at the beach. And I show up in a shirt and tie and a pad of paper, ready to take notes, an eager college student. And Mark just looked at me with this kind of bewildered look on his face. And he was pretty much wanting me to cut his grass and do some things for him around the house. And so I said, no, I really don't want to do that. I want to learn about trading. I want to learn about hedge funds. And it's, one thing led to another. He spoke with David Stendhal, his business partner, and they gave me a shot. And I started building my career in the hedge fund industry, going through a lot of compliance things. And really there's three stools in a hedge fund that kind of stands up on. There's the trading and research, that's one. There's the sales and marketing, that's two, and then there's the compliance and the operations, three, and that's really where I started, and I've eventually graduated from compliance and back office stuff to marketing and sales, and then eventually into trading. Very weird how I ended up in trading the market. So it's been a wild ride. Mark and I both have traveled around the world together. We spent some time. We both lived down in the Cayman Islands. We've also been all over the world together traveling, and it's been an exciting journey to say the least. So one of the things that Mark and I have had several conversations with over the years in various places is hedge fund strategies. Mark is a quant. He's extremely active in going in and developing some of the best trading systems in the world. I truly believe that. But being a quant, sometimes quantitative models and different algorithms can be very complex to use. And so as I shifted from a non-trading, non-technical person, not a quant, into the trading universe, as Mark and I started to discuss things, we said, look, we really need to take these complex strategies and make them simple, hence the hedge fund trader. And so we developed a simple hedge fund strategy, and this hedge fund strategy, really Mark's the author of it, was featured in Futures magazine. And that's the actual magazine that this was featured in, is an award-winning system designed by Mark Helwit. So I'm just going to bounce around a little bit here. This is the way that my slides go. You all know Hubert. Hubert's a great friend, great partner. Probably one of the most influential active investors and professional traders in the world. Love working with Hubert. This is just a picture of me speaking at Bloomberg in New York or London, one of the two. I'm now not only the co-founder but also the president of ValueCharts.com, and we've built a community of helping people learn how to trade. And really our goal, my goal specifically, is to take these complex strategies, these complex indicators, and to help people master the power of simple, and to break things down that are really complex into simple things that they can use. Because I've found personally in my journey of trading that it can be really overwhelming at first, and then if you get these really complex topics and then try to go in and trade, you can really get frustrated. So what we're going to try to do, the purpose of today's conversation, there's Mark and I in New Zealand. That's down in Christchurch, New Zealand. We went jet boat riding. That was lots of fun. But before we get into all this stuff about the simplicity of trading and using these trading systems, the one thing that I want to do is read some risk disclaimers. We always do this. We're registered. We have to. So first things first, trading or investing carries a high level of risk and is not suitable for all persons. Before deciding to trade or invest, you should carefully consider your investment objectives, level of experience, and ability to tolerate risk. This content is subject to change at any time without notice and is provided for the sole purpose of education and assistance in making independent investment decisions. SmartSetups.com has taken reasonable measures to ensure the accuracy of the information contained herein. However, SmartSetups.com does not guarantee its accuracy and is not liable for any loss or damage which may result directly or indirectly from such content or from any inability to access such information or any delay in or failure of the transmission or the receipt of any instruction or notification in connection therewith. That's a mouthful. The next one is a hypothetical risk disclaimer. I don't think that we're really going to show you any hypothetical results today, but sometimes those do come up in our presentations. They're for educational purposes only. And just note that there's a lot of limitations in hypothetical risk. So basically, I'll be the first to tell you, don't trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Trading can be really, really hard. And so one of the things that I will tell you throughout this whole process is that don't trade with money you can't afford to lose. Past performance, even though this has been a great system, does not guarantee future results. So just keep that in mind as we get into the presentation today. So coming from the hedge fund world, coming from the quantitative world, stepping into this education and helping people learn how to trade has been really a learning curve for us. When we first started, maybe it's the fact that, and I don't mind throwing myself under the bus, maybe it's the fact that I'm stronger in compliance and research and marketing in a hedge fund world than I am in trading, and that's kind of how it's like, you know, you generally gravitate to what you're good at. But one of the things that I saw several years ago, we started microquant and value charts back in 2000. The company actually was formed in 2010. We really started moving forward with the business a couple years ago. And as we started this, I had this desire to really help people understand how to trade better. And if we could come up and use our technology and our tools to help people identify strategic, low-risk trade entries and exits in the markets, then I think that we would have an edge. And so we did that. We came into the market, and then we came in, even though I wanted to do that, we came in to the market using some advanced things. And then the feedback that many of you gave us is right here. First of all, you wanted something that was simple. Second of all, you wanted us to combine an indicator that would combine both buy and sell signals into one indicator. And you wanted easy to follow buy and sell signals, most people did. And they wanted swing trading and trend trading stop levels. And so that's really what we did with the hedge fund trader. We took this complex system, we kind of reworked it, we were focusing in on making it simple, creating something that any trader could use in any market, whether it's stocks, options, futures, or Forex. So that's what we did with the hedge fund trader. Now, we decided to use a proven hedge fund trading system designed as an easy kind of super indicator to use. Now, let me stop here for a moment and just give you this kind of caveat disclaimer. When you go to trade the markets, trading is different depending on the market that you're trading, depending on the market environment that you're trading in. And one of the things that I like to use when I talk about trading the markets is that trading is like having a toolbox with a lot of different tools within the toolbox. But if I have a hammer and I need a screwdriver for the project, I'm not going to get very far. So keep that in mind as you look at the hedge fund trader and you go to use it, because it works really well when there's directional price volatility, when there's some trending markets. But when the markets are sideways and choppy, this is an indicator that I would suggest that you sit on the sidelines with and not use it. So you really want to use this when you're in a market that has lots of movement and lots of price action, lots of directional volatility. That's when it's at its optimal time to use the hedge fund trading system. So all that being said, we created the hedge fund trader, and what I'm going to show you today is really what is this tool, and then Hubert's going to come in at the end of tonight's presentation, and he's actually going to throw up a bunch of charts and show you different ways of how to use the hedge fund trader. So that being said, our goal is really to take feedback from all of you and to combine your feedback to build products and services that can help you trade better, that can make trading just a little bit easier. Because I think we can all agree that trading is really, really, really tough. And these tools are designed to help enhance your ability to trade. Now, again, that being said, it can be risky in trading. So make sure that you're using your own analysis and you're prepared to take on the risk inherent with trading. So the Smart Setups Hedge Fund Trader has been developed from this trading system that we used way back in the day to trade real client money. So it's a proven system. We traded real client money with it, and it is a tool to use in your trading toolbox. The hedge fund trading strategy helped us win a top new hedge fund award in our class in Futures Magazine, which is something we're extremely proud of. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into what is the hedge fund trader. Now, making things simple, everyone has told us that they want an indicator that combines both buy and sell signals. And the only way to really, I don't know how to make it easier than to have a system that'll pop up on a chart and give you buy signals with a green dot and sell signals with a red dot. So this is what it looks like. Here's just a rough example. This is kind of a crude example. This is using gold. And so what we can see here on this chart, you can see this is there's a lot of volatility in this market when this was taken. And you can see that we've got a buy signal and a sell signal, a buy signal and a sell signal. And it can be very accurate as you're trading on a trending market. But remember the toolbox example. If you're a great trader and you like to be a trend trader, one of the things that I made a huge mistake on early on in my trading career, I built this career in systematic trend following in a CTA. So a systematic trend follower designs systems like the hedge fund trader, and they apply it to the markets. And being systematic, being a long vol trader, long volatility type trader, oftentimes you'd be trading a system like this even through choppy sideways conditions. And the problem with that is that I developed this bias that trend trading was the only way to trade. And it actually got me in lots of trouble because I used to go out all the time and I'd say we'd get 10 traders, 10 of us in a room. 5 of us are going to say that the markets are bullish. 5 of us are going to say that the markets are bearish, but all 10 of us are going to agree that the markets do trend. And so I used to take that philosophy into the markets, but as I've grown as a trader, as I've grown out of that thinking, I've learned, wait a second, markets sometimes are choppy sideways, they're range bound, and when that happens, I need to adjust my trading style. But markets that have a lot of movement, that have a lot of this directional price movement are great markets to use in the hedge fund traders. So this is a great visual of what this system does. It creates dots for buying and selling, giving you pretty much trading signals, identifying a low-risk strategic trade entry. So if you have trouble, maybe you know which direction you want to trade in the direction of the trend, all those sort of things, but you're having a little bit of a problem trying to identify when should I get in, then using the hedge fund trader can really help you avoid an unattractive entry or exit in the market. Now, making things simple, I'm the type of guy that really likes to break things down into easy to understand kind of dot points. For me, I just like it simple. So creating a quantitative model that has 1,000 parameters, that's way too difficult for me personally to trade. So as we had conversations with Mark throughout the years, one of the things that we've done often is we've talked about the parameter settings involved in different trading systems and different indicators. A lot of times, Mark's a really smart guy, and sometimes we've had these conversations and he's just spoken way over my head. And so what I've had to do is I've had to learn how to sit there and take those advanced quantitative models and break them down into everyday language so that everyday traders like you and me can use them in such a way that it makes sense. So making things simple, there are no hard to understand parameter settings. It's really easy. When you click on the hedge fund trader, you can get in and you can set all of the settings there. You can change the colors. Extremely easy. Okay? So Then the other thing that we want to do to keep things simple, keep that in mind. This is so I'm going to harp on things. I repeat myself. I say it probably 5 or 6 times, so bear with me. It's just I'm trying to emphasize the importance of making sure you know this is a tool to put in your trading toolbox. This is something to use when the markets are trending. And now, keeping things easy, we've got easy-to-use parameter settings in the hedge fund trader. And then secondly, we've combined the buy and sell signals into this indicator to make it really, really easy. Again, here you go. You can see the buy and sell signals. The hedge fund trader, when you if you buy it, this is really what it looks like in TradeStation. So you can easily see both buy and sell signals in the hedge fund trader. Now, we wanted those to be easy to follow buy and sell signals, not just difficult to understand buy and sell signals. Now, just knowing that the preference is to use this in a trending market is going to probably help you quite a bit versus using it in a choppy sideways environment. So right here, you can easily identify opportunities to buy or to sell and to buy in the market. Very, very easy. Now, right here in this kind of choppy sideways condition, I don't trade this in that kind of environment. The type of trader that I am, with the risk that I like to take, I'm really conservative. So I don't really, if things are sideways and choppy, I personally don't trade it. Some of you may be very good at that, but the way I would view trading this kind of sideways action right here, yes, you can make some profits doing that, but for me, I'm not the most handy person in the world, but it'd be like taking a screwdriver into a project that I needed a hammer for. So these are really easy to identify, though, buy and sell signals. And we've got swing trading and trend trading stop levels built into the indicator. So all you have to do in the inputs in TradeStation, now this is designed on several different platforms. A lot of us at Value Charts and Smart Setups prefer TradeStation as a platform. So I'm using TradeStation here, and it's really easy to set the swing parameter to true to display the swing trading stop levels. If you don't want the swing trading stop levels there, all you have to do is press false. Type in false and then press OK, and you're good to go. Now, this is what that looks like. Your smart stops, swing stop placement levels will trail the market. Very easy to understand. Pretty visual, right? Yes, you can use this on, Hubert, I'm pretty sure that we've got this on almost everything. We're on multi-charts, eSignal, Sierra charts, I believe. I believe it's also on Thinkorswim and NinjaTrader as well. So there's lots of options for you there. Yeah, it is similar to a parabolic SAR, that is correct, but it's got some proprietary functions within it that Mark built throughout the hedge fund days. So it's a little bit different than the parabolic SAR. Now, you can place sell stop below the dots level here, and these will move up at the discretion of the trader. You can move these up at your own discretion. And the sell stop can be moved up as the intelligent SAR dots move higher. I don't know, Hector, if it can be used with Interactive Broker. I'm going to try to get to all of your questions. We'll save a lot of the questions for the end. I apologize if I'm skipping over some of your questions right now, but we'll try to address all of them at the end, so just bear with me as I kind of get through this here. So you can see here, it's very easy. You know, your sell stops can be moved up as the intelligent SAR dots move higher, and then the intelligent SAR swing dots actually reset themselves as the market changes directions. It's a pretty cool way to use this as a visual aid in your trading. Now, your trend trading stop levels. I, again, only use this in trending markets. So you can set the trend parameter to true to display the trend trading stop levels. If you don't want to use it, just press false. That's fine. You can take them out of the mix for you there. So, and it's very similar. Your place stops below the trend dots for trend trades. Very, very easy. And then here's what's pretty cool. When you close above the trend dots to reverse from red to green, it'll just go right there. You'll be able to see the change as you change direction. So it's pretty simple to use. Let's get into some of the hedge fund trader best practices, right? Because this is one of the questions that comes up most often. People ask, well, how do I use this to trade? What types of time frames should I use, and different bar intervals and all that kind of stuff, right? So again, I've already expressed the need to trade this with directional price movement. So you want to trade in a market that looks like this, not a market that looks like this. So if you take a hedge fund strategy that's designed, that's very simple to use, but it's designed for big price moves like this, and you try to trade it in choppy markets, you're going to get chopped up and chopped out, and you're going to lose your shirt in the markets. So do not trade. Mark always says, and he said many, many, many times throughout the years, as we've had, I guess I've been privileged to have conversations with Mark about this stuff, but he's always told me, hey, look, don't trade in these sideways choppy markets or I'll dip you in hot oil. And he's pretty adamant about making sure that you don't trade sideways choppy markets. So being a day trader, it's a little bit easier to spot than being a hedge fund that has certain parameters that they have to follow through their trading systems bound by their legal documents. So this strategy, in my professional opinion, is actually a great one to use as a day trader, and it works really well both in the hedge fund days but also today. Now, you want to avoid choppy directionless market conditions. Every trading strategy has its sweet spot and its market conditions to avoid. So you're not going to take a gun into a knife fight, and if you are, maybe you win. Maybe I should have said that backwards. You're not going to take a knife into a gunfight because most likely you're going to lose. The same is true with the hedge fund trader. You want to make sure you're going into the markets because markets all behave differently. And one of the greatest things that you can do with the hedge fund trader is learn what you're going to have to sit there and test this out a little bit to see what works for you and your trading style. But I will say this. The best thing for you to do with the hedge fund trader is to take it and to look at different markets and to test out different bar intervals, different tick charts and time charts, and because sometimes those make a big difference, or all the time really. The markets behave differently, and so the time frames are going to change up a little bit as well. But I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. But just make sure you know as you go in to trade this that every trading strategy has a sweet spot and its market conditions to avoid. And the biggest thing to avoid with the hedge fund trader is to avoid choppy sideways markets. Just don't do that. Now, the best market conditions that you can use for this are to find markets that are experiencing strong directional price volatility, and those markets represent the best trading conditions. Now, the one thing that Mark has just hammered into my thinking, and I'm sure if you've been on any webinars with Mark, he's probably hammered this into your thinking, and that is proven trading setups can increase your odds for success. Therefore, try to trade in the direction of proven setups. Oftentimes what Mark does and what we do at Value Charts is if we're going to be trading based on a certain setup that we know is going to be a stronger setup, that's been a proven setup, then we pretty much follow that setup all the way through, and we just stick through with it. So high probability trade setups, highly important, and they can really, really help improve your odds. Now, here's the thing. You have to put in the time to really, with trading, as you all know, in order to be good at trading or anything, it's a skill that you have to practice. And as you practice, you get better and better and better. But if you don't practice well, then the old saying goes, perfect practice makes perfect. But if you're not practicing well and you're taking some bias into the markets and you're not putting in the hard work and the study, then it's probably not going to work well for you. I'll be the first to say that. I kind of have a no-nonsense approach. I don't know if it's just Texas rubbing off on me or what, but I kind of say things, I say it the way that it is, and sometimes I put my foot in my mouth a little bit. But honestly, if you're out there trying to trade and you just want to sit there and not study the markets and not study different strategies like this to improve and enhance your ability, you're probably not going to be successful. So in order to be good at trading, you've got to put in the time. You've got to work hard and you've got to study. Mark taught me 15 years ago as a young, stupid college kid to put in long, tough, smart hours. And he said it like this to me. He said, hey, Drew, listen, you can go out and you can work 10 hours a week if you work smart. He said, I doubt you're going to get it done, but if you're smart, you can work 10 hours a week. Work smart, 10 hours a week. He said, but the smartest people I know work 90 hours a week. And so he taught me at a very early age to work really hard. And so for the last 15 years, I've been putting in some very, very long hours because I've been doing lots of different things for hedge funds. I built my career in compliance and operations and going through audits and all that kind of stuff, which you guys don't care about. But doing that is really busy. Then doing marketing and sales is busy in a hedge fund, but then trading and research is extremely busy. So with hard work and study, you as a trader can develop the skills to identify these high probability setups. So you've got to put the work in. The good news is that most of you, I would assume, are not running a hedge fund. You're not having to worry about marketing and sales, and you're not having to worry about compliance and all that kind of stuff. So the time that you get to spend trading and preparing to trade the markets is your time. So that's great. Anybody that sets their mind to it and that puts the time into it can really, really improve their trading using the hedge fund trader. Now let me show you this gold trade example. Here is a gold sell setup. Here's a sell setup that's got a trend line retest. You can see that pretty easy right here. And then let's see the sell signals that the hedge fund trader generates. Now on this one right here, it's interesting because you've got a little bit of sideways choppiness, and you get a sell signal right here, and you get an exit right here. That's I think it's probably a $200 per contract loss. So sometimes if you're trading, again, we tell you, hey, get out of the choppiness, look for more of the long-term trending markets, right? So there's one example. And here's another example. This is the sell signal number 2 with your exit right here. Now that's beautiful. This is exactly what we want to see in the hedge fund trader. These are the types of trades where, if you're looking to get a single, this is like, this is your home run kind of trade that we like to see. And that's probably about $1,400 a contract, I believe, on that trade. So look for these types of environments. Now you could hold that if you want it all the way through to the end, but you can also take this and combine it with some other indicators if you like. But remember, you're going to use proven setups. So take the logic of your setup, then use the hedge fund trader maybe as a filter or as an overlay to help you identify when to get in and when to get out of your trades. Yeah, and I was about right. So the first sell signal on that trade showed about $190 per contract loss, and the second sell signal showed realized about this is, I think, a simulated example, but that's $1,460 per contract. Not a bad opportunity that the hedge fund trader easily identifies for us. Now, that was I feel like I just rushed through that as a quick overview, but I do want you to know, before I pass the baton back over to Hubert, that the hedge fund trader, again, is an easy-to-use system. That's a proven system that we have used to trade real client money to win hedge fund awards that we've broken down into a simple, easy-to-use tool for you to use in the market, specifically in trending markets. So Hubert, I'm going to go ahead and pass this back to you. We can get you to throw up some examples of this in real life. I think that would help everybody on the webinar. They're probably going to have lots of questions here on identifying choppy markets and different things like that. So Hubert, by the way, if you haven't been on a webinar with Hubert, Hubert's probably one of the best people that there is out there to take these concepts and keep working on breaking it down into ways that somebody like me can understand. So that's why I want him to go ahead and take the floor, give us some real-world examples, and show you how he's been able to use the hedge fund trader in his own trading. And then we'll take some more questions here towards the end. But Hubert, let's go ahead and get you the reins. I think you're in here somewhere.
Sounds good. I got it. All right. Thank you, Drew. Thank you very much. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how this thing works, okay? So let's go through first what it does and what it doesn't do. All right, let's talk about its strengths and its weaknesses. Here's one of its biggest weaknesses. You can't fiddle with it, okay? You're not going to be able to jack with the settings and customize this thing to the hilt. All right, that's one of its disadvantages. I actually think it's an advantage. This way you can't screw it up very hard, all right? Because usually when we have a system that we build, and the story behind the hedge fund trader is Mark hired people that were not professional hedge fund managers or professional traders, and what he did is he's like, hey, this is my algorithm. This is what I want you to follow. And a lot of the questions that I get can be answered by hedge fund trader. Here are some of the simple questions that I get on a daily basis. Number one, how do you know if you're in a uptrend or a downtrend, right? That's one of the most important questions I get every day. Another question is like, how do you know choppy versus trend? I'll show you how to determine that. It's very easy. And then people want to know like, all right, when do I get in? What stop loss do I use? And when the heck do I get out, right? That pretty much covers it for traders, right? If I answer all those questions, would that be helpful to you? Yes or no? You're right, it's going to be yes and yes, right? So let's go through an example here, and I'm going to show you exactly how this thing works. So first and foremost, if you want to avoid chop, this is what I would use for chop. I would just use a good old-fashioned ADX indicator. Now, I've got my own special blend. It's called the Power Shift, but it's not required in order to sniff out chop, okay? So an ADX is like this right here. This ADX will tell you if something is trending or non-trending. So if this line here is below this green line, if it's below 20, it tells you this market is choppy, okay? If the ADX is above 20, it tells you that this market is in trend mode. Does that make sense? Because I saw a ton of questions on it, like, how do I know chop versus trend? Just use a good old-fashioned ADX, an average directional movement index, ADX. If the ADX is above 20, you can trade. If the ADX is below 20, you can still trade. It's just not a wise decision. The same way that you can stick your finger in a light socket or in an electrical outlet, you can still do it. You just are not going to like the result of it, right? So if you go like AAPL, so you see here where the ADX is this above 20, yes or no, right here on Apple. See this yellow line? If this yellow line is above that green line, which is 20, that means that Apple is trending. Now, it's not going to tell you the direction. It's just going to tell you like, yes, I am in trend mode. You can play with me, all right? Let's go through something else. Let's go BABA. Let's see. BABA, all right, it's trending, so it's moving. That's good. ADX is above 20. Let's go something else. Give me something that's been sideways for a while. Oh, let's go. Oh, here you go. At TF. Let's go at NASDAQ. At NQ. All right, so NASDAQ is getting ready to drop. It's at 21. Russell at TF. Right now, the Russell, believe it or not, is sideways, and it's been sideways for, ever since right here. You see how the ADX has been below right here? The ADX has been below 20 and staying there, which is telling you you don't have a heck of a lot of advantage here trading the Russell on a daily chart, and you can set this thing up, an ADX, on whatever time or tick frame you want. You could also do something like Tesla, TSLA, Tesla ADX. There you go. So the ADX on Tesla is telling you ever since it dropped below 20 right here, Tesla's been non-trending. So does everybody understand how you use the ADX to filter out trend versus chop first? Because this indicator is free, okay? It doesn't cost you a dime. I mean, it's on every decent platform out there. What do you mean when it's up way to it? Don't make it more complicated. If the ADX is above 20, you're in a trending environment. If it's below 20, you're in a choppy environment. Don't worry about divergence and if it's rising or if it's falling. That you're just going to complicate issues and you're just going to make it harder to make money. So just keep it nice and simple, okay? Does everybody understand the first principle of how to identify trend versus chop? If the ADX is above 20, you can trade, trending environment. If the ADX is below 20, just go do something else. All right? What average top are you using for ADX? I'm just using the default ADX length of 14 and a trigger of 20. That's all I'm using. 14 period, and my trigger or my threshold line is 20. All right, so that's how you figure out whether it's trending or choppy. Let's go back over here to the hedge fund trader. Now, A little different in toss. It's not a big deal. All indicators and stuff work a little bit different in different platforms. Don't freak out about that. That's not a big deal. All right, let's go through, and I'm going to walk you through how you know if something's in an uptrend or a downtrend. So we're going to use Apple for this example. Do you see the series of small green dots below Apple? Do you see these right here? Just give me a yes if you see these. I'm going to use my pen here too, because my pen will make this a little easier for me to do. All right, and I'm going to use white background, a white pen. Let me make sure I got, hold on, white pen tool, color, white. All right, cool. So in this case scenario right here, where you've got these small green dots, this tells you as long as the price action is above these suckers, that we're in an uptrend, okay? So there's two different trades that you can do at that point. You can either be a trend trader that buys pullbacks, a trend trader that buys breakouts, or you can fade the move, okay? You can fade the move, and then you can go back against the trend. I don't recommend that. So in this example now, do you see this big green dot right here at 0.1? Give me a yes if you see this at 0.1. So this means we're in an uptrend, okay? Uptrend. This means get long right here and use this big green dot as your entry. And then now do you see these little cyan or little blue dots? That's your trailing stop loss. And then do you see this big red dot? That means you can either get all the way out or take partial profits. Now, these little dots right here are it's kind of like a parabolic SAR on steroids. Because the way a parabolic SAR works is if the parabolic SAR touches the price action, it's usually a reversal signal. In this case, it's not true because Mark made his own little version of a more powerful parabolic SAR. So let's go through this. So we would be long, exit, long, exit, long, exit, long, exit, long, exit, long, exit. Now, I'll bet you if we put the ADX on here, some of this is probably going to be chopped that we could avoid. We have another long exit. We have a long right here. Trail, 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 trail. Partial profits. And then we have an exit here. Now, notice how we flipped over. You see this red? You see these red dots here? This means we're now in a downtrend on a daily chart because that's what chart I'm using. So what we do is we go short, cover, short, cover. Now, see these green dots again? Now the uptrend's back in effect. So you can either get long on some other signal here, or you got to have to wait till you get another green dot. So this would be long in here, but we had to wait for this green dot. That was a long. Green dot right here, confirmation, second signal. Long, here's exit. What did you just have 2 days ago in Apple? So you got an uptrend, a major uptrend. You had an entry here, and now your stop loss is that purple dot right there. You went long yesterday at the close, and then your purple dot is the trailing stops. And I'm going to zoom this in so you can see. Okay. Yeah, all of this is included in the hedge fund trader. Now, I want to show you one thing that you can't do, which is a disadvantage. Some people believe it. I actually believe it's a huge advantage because I told Mark, I said, can you take one of your very best algorithms that you used at your hedge fund, and can you make it into a very simple indicator? He's like, man, it's going to be really hard. So I had to work on it a while before he could do it, but he eventually figured out how to do it. So here we go. We're in a valid uptrend here in the green dots. See this right here? That's your entry right there. Boom, today. You could be long today. That's your long signal today. Now, where's your stop loss up? Your stop loss is this little purple dot right there. So you got long on the close today on Apple at 127.47 or 128.47, and your stop loss is about right there at 127.32. That's not too shabby, right? Well, what is the office number? The office number is area code 859 963 3445. How fast does the indicator flash the buy or sell signal? For example, how long do you have to wait for the green dot for buy? So this is a daily chart, so you have to wait for the end of the day. Okay, that's how it works. All right. Now, if I was using, let's say I was using a smaller time frame. Let's say I was using 60-minute. Then on a 60-minute signal, so here we go. This would be a long here. See this? See these green dots? That's an uptrend. Here's your long signal, and there's your trailing stop loss. Here's your trailing stop loss right here. Trailing stop loss. Bing. Pretty neat, right? Which times work the best for intraday trader? There is no such thing as best. It's like asking me what's the best way for me to hit you in the face. There's no best way to do it. It really comes down to how much do you want to risk on each trade. And in the course with this indicator, I go through a very systematic approach with you to figure out what time frame or tick frame that you should actually use. Can this be used for tick scalping? It's not the greatest thing in the world for intraday tick scalping for a few ticks. I would recommend you use, I wouldn't go lower than, say, a 5 or a 10-minute chart on this thing. Here is a 10-minute chart on Apple. So you can see 1, 2, 3 days ago, we had a nice little uptrend. And you can see right here, I'm just pulling this one out. And I'm going to show you bunches of other different charts. I'm not cherry picking or anything. So valid uptrend. Here's a long exit, long exit, long exit, long exit. And now it got long again today. And then a trailing stop loss here. So, it's going to chop you up. But right here, we know we've had the FOMC and the ADX has been lower too. When will option seminar for HFT? Thanks. Option seminar. I don't know, Koo. Can you see the indicator on today's FOMC news 5-minute bonds? Yeah, I can do that real quick. Let me do 5-minute bonds here. I'll do 5 minutes. Let's go at US. There's what it looks like on a 5-minute bond chart. Okay. Now, it's had it on a 5-minute, it's had it in a minor uptrend, which I would agree, on a smaller time frame. How does this work with Ichimoku? It works really well with Ichimoku. I wouldn't put them both on the same chart because it's too hard to see both of them on the same chart. Can an alert sound be set for TradeStation? Yeah. So here's a long on the bonds, and then you would just trail. So you got a valid uptrend, right? Here's a downtrend, then boop, there's a long signal, valid uptrend. So you see right here, long, trail, 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 potential exit, full exit, long exit. Does it make sense? Are these various indicators sort of a substitute for candlesticks? No. I mean, you could still use candlestick patterns. Is there a trial for the system? There is no trial for the system, no. I have smart buddies already. Other than having buy and sell bubbles on the same chart, how's this indicator? Tony, way simpler to use. For smart bubbles, you have a lot of inputs that you can change. For this thing, you don't change anything. Like the inputs are just the colors. Trend or swing, and that's it. That's all you can change. You can't change the inputs, the parameters, or anything. You can't do it. It's just set up just to work straight on, change your time or your tick frame, and everything else has been optimized for you. Conceptually, what is the strategy behind the buy and sell? I understand that there's proprietary nature, but why the signal? Oh, Brian, we would have to ask Mark that. It's proprietary based upon his hedge fund algorithm. You'd have to dig into his brain in order to do that. All right, so let's do some more charts. Give me some more chart signals to look at. I'll use them on a daily just because that way I won't have to be shifting back and forth. It works on lots of different stuff. Okay. So this is a daily chart. Let's go at ES. The ES has been decent, but the ADX has been a little bit low. Let's do this right here. So it's been uptrend, and it fired off a long earlier today with a stop loss right there. So not too bad. SUNE, SUN, is in a valid uptrend and had a long about 5 days ago, and the trailing stop is working like gangbusters. Is indicator available on charting software like Metastock or eSignal? Yeah, it is. PCLN Priceline is in a valid uptrend. There's a long. Here's your secondary long, and then there's your exit. And that right now you're just waiting for the next signal. GILD is in a valid downtrend because the dots are above the price action. So about a week and a half ago, it fired off a short and a trailing stop to the downside. DIS, that's pretty easy. That's a long, right? It's been in a valid long from right here. Good uptrend, good uptrend. Last little signal is long exit, long exit, long exit, long exit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days ago, it was another long. and then now it's going higher. Anybody want to guess why I've been telling you to get long a little Disney? Hedge fund trader. Coke. Coke is a valid downtrend, and it was a short 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 days ago, and the trailing stop is right here around 41.25. Boeing is in a valid uptrend, green dots, and 2 days ago it was a long with a trailing stop loss, looking really good. SWKS, pretty easy to use, right? So without me telling you right now, let's go through an example. Let's see if I've done a halfway decent job of teaching you how to use this. Since this right here, has it been in an uptrend or a downtrend? Right here. Uptrend or downtrend? Green is what? Green's up, right? Now, you can go long just off of that pure fact alone if you want to, or you can wait until it pulls back and gives you a green dot. You can either go long here and just start trailing your stop loss and then go exit, or you can go long here, trail, exit, long here, and look right now, you're just trailing it. So the last signal here on Skunkworks International was right here. It was a close of $83.17, and right now currently your stop is at 93.14, and it's trading at 97.12. That's not a bad trade. Why didn't it have a big green dot at the beginning of the uptrend? Because there was no signal generated there. There was no official buy signal. Yeah. Has the indicator failed at all with any of the beta testers? No, I mean, we had 2 rounds of beta testers, and then we sold it to the general public after that. No, we've had nothing but raving reviews. Tons of people like it. Not everybody. I would say probably 85 to 95% of the people that use it really, really like it. Not everybody likes everything, right? That's impossible. Why is that though? Oh, Jay, we'd have to dig into Mark's head. You're asking questions I don't know the answers to. Does it work on futures? It works great on futures, yeah. All right, so at GC, let's see what gold's telling you. Gold's telling you ever since right here, it's been in a valid downtrend in gold, and you don't have an official sell signal, so you're waiting for your big red dot. Give me a future, Ken, and I'll put it on there. BOFI. BOFI is a valid long back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days ago it was a long. Trailing stops at 90. BAB, I only have months of data on that. BABA, it'll give you a short signal. BABA has been a short since here, and 1, 2, 3, 4 days ago it was 1, 2, 3, 4 days ago short and then cover. You're waiting for your next short signal. At crude oil, you're not going to like crude oil. It's going to look amazing. It's going to make you cry like a little baby. So what is the hedge fund trader telling you on crude oil? So obviously back here it said, all right, we're short here. There's your short signal. The trend has changed from up to down, and then it fired off about a week later a short signal. Cover, short, cover, short, cover, short. You get short here, you stay short, you cover here. Then you got short, cover, short, and now you're still short again. So the last short was initiated right here. Trail your stop. Looks like it's going to go a little lower. Where do you enter at the top of the candle signal? At the close of that candle signal. What is the red dots? The red dots are entries for shorts. So the little red dots are a trend identification tool. The big red dots, if the price action is below the little red dots, that is a short signal. The little purple dots are the trailing stop losses, and the big green dots are the cover points. Yeah, bonds look pretty good. Let's take a look at bonds. So bonds, it has nailed it. Now, this is why I say this thing is actually a really cool thing, because it trades a lot like I do. So remember when I've been doing video, is this usable for an inexperienced? It's great for inexperienced people. It's actually designed for people that are beginning to intermediate, or people that are trying to go from intermediate to advanced and take their trading to the next level. It's really good for that, because it takes a lot of the thought process away from you, and you actually just follow that system. So take a look here at bonds. Long here. Same reason I stayed long bonds, right? And then you've been seeing me for, I don't know, for the past 3 to 5 days. I've been losing a little bit of money on bonds, right? And look at this. Just on the 30-year, on the 10-year, and on the Euro bond, I've been making money. So here it had a short, and it had short and then cover here. So I've got chopped up a little bit here because it's in the process of just shifting over to the sell side, right? Works great on Thinkorswim, works great on ETFs. So at FGBL, what's this? You're going to love this. Anybody want to guess why I've been long the FGBL? Go ahead, take a quick guess there. Is it because I'm super intelligent? It's because I'm smarter than everybody in here, right? That's what it is. You and I both know that's not the case, right? No, it's because of this. Look, very nice, stable uptrend. Buy, trail the stop, exit. Buy, trail the stop, exit. Now, look at here. Wonder how come I got long back in here. Right? Kind of weird, right? You get long here, trail and stop, and now you just ride the next wave. What do you do if the cloud tells you one and the hedge fund trader tells you different? Every now and then, Stephen, you'll get that, but it's not that common because they have a lot of similarities. Yeah. DAX, give me that. It's at FDAX, right? FDAX. At FDAX here. Here's the DAX on a daily. You can make your own assumptions. Is the trailing stop set up automatically? Yes. Well, the indicator is set up automatically. You don't have to touch it, but you have to manually put that into your system. TOS will not let you trade the Euro bond. I don't know why, Pat. You guys need to start up a petition. Will it work on Forex? Works great on Forex. Just give me a pair. AMZN. There's Amazon. Just give me a Forex pair and I'll chart it for you. KR, Kroger's. Kroger's is, there you go, look at there. What's that? That's beautiful. That's crazy. That's a masterpiece. Look at that. USJPY. USDJPY. There's what it looks like on the Japanese yen. Here's what it looks like on the AUD. Hold on. AUDJPY. There it is. Looks good. And then the Aussie New Zealand AUDNZD. There you go. There's what it looks like. At EC, let's just do the euro. There's what the euro looks like. I don't know. You tell me. Does it look pretty or what? It looks really nice. Right? Looks good. Does it work on TOS? It works great on TOS. What is the indicator name on Thinkorswim called? It's called the Hedge Fund Trader. And unless you bought it from me, or Drew, it's not going to show up in TOS. So the ADX is not needed. No. The ADX is not needed, but I would use it, right? Because the ADX will tell you like, hey, stay out of the market. If the ADX is below 20, just stay away from trading that particular market or that stock or that instrument. When the ADX is above 20, fine, keep on trading. I would definitely filter out everything with the ADX. It'll keep you out of trouble. MSFT is boring as all get out, but it's a short. And last part, it was a short there, and you just covered today. Herbert, it appears you trade only with a trend, no counter trend trades. Stretch, no, I'll do counter trend trading. I just don't think that people that are trying to take their trading to the next level, they try to complicate things. I do some counter trend trading. It's only about 30% of what I do. Overall, I do more trend trading, and I buy pullbacks on trends. It's just an easier way to make money. What are the purple dots compared to the red dots? The purple dots, all right, so let's go back here. Let's go, what we're at. Oh, somebody gave me a really good one a minute ago. Let's go FGBL. At FGBL, sorry. So the purple dots, I would never use the purple dots on this chart, but the little cyan dots, once you get in on the green dot, then the little cyan dots are your trail and stop. If you shorted it up here, your purple dots would be your stop loss, your trail and stop loss. If purchased, can it be applied to two platforms? Yes, it can, Al. Yeah. MBLY. Give me just a few more symbols, then I'm going to hit my PowerPoints here. So here you go. At crude oil will give you the purple at CL. Crude oil, so you would short here. You see the short? And then you trail your stop loss right here. Trail it, partial profits. Trail it, partial profits. See how it's different than a parabolic SAR? because when the price action touches, it still doesn't close out the trade, where a periodic SAR will just shift on you on a dime. Can trailing stop losses be set auto with broker platform? Unfortunately, no. You still have to do it. If you look at your little green dots, it would just say stay long without using the big green dots. Yeah, but I mean, not everybody wants to just, be boring and just stay in stuff like that forever. So yeah. All right. I'm trying to learn toss. Very nice. All right. Are stops close only? No, you could initiate a short here, and then you could also trail a stop or exit on the green. All right. Let me, I think I've done a decent job. Let's go through. I've already walked through. Let's walk through together so that you can see how easy this is to use. I hate people that cherry pick. I didn't cherry pick any. I tried to do as many as I possibly can. Stops are moved around. Stops are trailed down when you're in a profitable trade. Let's take a look at some live stuff. I just did that with good, bad, ugly, warts and all. I think I did I give the indicator a fair shake? I put it on stuff that worked really good. I put it on stuff that didn't work great on, right? So we put it all on there. Does it work on Thinkorswim? Yes, it does. All right, so I'm going to quit answering questions just so I can get through these 10 slides, and then I'll go back to Q&A and back to live charts, all right? So what does the hedge fund trader do? It's going to identify the major trends so that you stay on the right side of the market longer. And then it's going to pick for you the stop to use so that you're going to know exactly how much money you need to risk on each trade. And then it's going to update the trailing stop so that you know that you can lock in profits, okay? And then it's going to give you exits so that you can book profits at the turning points. And then if you exit, it's going to give you a re-entry so that you can get back in the trade. Now, this is all a zero risk for you, triple protection, no bull money back guarantee. So here's the platforms that it works on. It works on Ameritrade. Now, everybody listen. Pay attention, because I know somebody's going to be like, well, hold on, does it work on Options Express? If it's not on this screen, it doesn't work on your platform. It works on Ameritrade, Thinkorswim, Toss, TradeStation, eSignal, Ninja Trader. It works on Sierra Charts and Infinity IAT. Give me a yes if you understand these are the platforms that the hedge fund indicator works on. All right, cool. Now, multiple chart platform license so that you can use it on more than one charting package at the same time. So that you have Thinkorswim, or if you have TradeStation and eSignal, it'll work on all three of them. If you have all of them that it works on, it'll work on every single one of them. So that's all just one low price. You don't have to buy additional license. It's a multi-computer license so that if you use it on more than one PC, it's not a big deal. So if you have a work PC, a home PC, and a laptop, you're covered on up to 3 PCs. Very easy to install. We have very short, easy to follow videos to get you up and running quick. Now, if you're a technophobe, if you don't really like technology, we will install it for you free of charge by appointment on either a Tuesday or a Wednesday, all right? If you run into any issues, you just call us up, set up an appointment, and we'll install it on your PC for you and get you up and running as fast as possible, okay? Now, who is this for? If you're serious about making real money in the markets, this is a really good proven indicator that has been copied from a very high dollar system. It's a system that we modified to be used as an indicator to make it really easy to use. If you are looking for a proven system, you probably want to look at this. If you can follow a simple set of rules and directions, this indicator is going to help you. And if you know your success is tied to you taking action and not me clicking the mouse for you, then you should take a look at this. Who is this not for? If you suffer from if you're a holy grail seeker and you think there's some golden nugget of information that I can just magically tell you, you're going to be profitable, you're going to be able to take $10,000 and turn it into $10 million by this June, heads up, I hate to bust your bubble and blow smoke up your rear. It's not going to happen. It's just not. I'm not saying you can't take $10,000 and turn it into $1 million or $2 million. I know folks that have done it before, okay? And I like taking like a $5,000 and turning it into $25,000. I like taking $25,000 and turning it into 6 figures. I love doing those exercises. But if you are a holy grail seeker, there are no secrets to trading. There's just not. It's just hard work, determination, and just get in there and work on your craft. If you suffer from hopium, if you just want to do trade on top of trade on top of trade, and you just hope this next trade is the big trade, we're definitely not for you, okay? If you suffer from guru-itis, if you follow me and Drew and Mark and 432 other trading gurus, please just stop that. Just pick 3 of us and learn from 3 of us as much as you can, and then steal from us, make parts of our information your information, apply it to your trading, and start making your cheat sheet and your trading rules. I don't even care if you don't follow me. Just follow 3. If you want to unsubscribe from all the videos that I send you on free information, I'm totally cool with it. Pick 3 other guys and just learn from them. But don't follow me and 42 other guys just because it's not going to work out well for you. All right. If you can't make a decision, obviously the system's not for you. And if you like to make things just really complicated and really hard for no good reason, then just don't follow us. We try to break things down where they're very simple and easy to use. Because the sad fact of it is everybody wants to fight, but once you get hit in the nose, everybody's plan kind of changes. So that's why we keep things nice and simple so that they're duplicatable. All right, so how much does a good system cost? All right, I have seen them go for as high as, this is personally me that have partaked in these systems. So if you want to scream a little, because I have owned systems that had a retail price of $98,463 before. Now let me show you something. You're sitting there going, what? Are you crazy? This is what the P&L of that system looked like. And I actually traded it. It went like this right here. It went, and it was amazing. You know what it did next? Like that right there. It was one heck of a ride. But it was very complicated. It had some neural networks and algorithms that just shifted, so it made us a lot of money, and then it just burnt right through it. Okay, so be careful for the super, super hypey expensive ones. The average cost for a good system like this is in the range of $3,000 to $5,000 per year. You can find good systems out there that have proven track records over 10 or 15 years that will retail sell for you for $3,000 to $5,000 per year as a subscription. And they're worth it, and they're good. And I have several of those systems. I just think this is a better way to go. All right, and a few can be had as low as $3,000 one-time fee. There's a few out there that are good for a $3,000 one-time fee. That's trading systems. Now, this is an indicator modeled from a very good trading system. So a triple protection, no bull, money back guarantee. 30 days, 100% satisfaction guaranteed, no questions asked. If you don't find that the program is easy to follow, just give us a call or drop us an email. If you don't find that you are finding better trades to take, just let us know. And if you don't get at least a 4 times extra return on your investment, just let us know and we'll take care of you, okay? It's a 100% satisfaction guarantee, all right? So if you're interested in purchasing the indicator, I'm going to grab this link so I can put it in the chat box really quick, and I'm going to show you what the price of this thing is. You can go to smartsetups.com/buy. You can also call area code 859-963-3445. I've also got that in the chat box so you can see that. Do you see both of those in your thing? All right, send to all. All right. All right, so hedge fund trader indicator retails for $1,997 one-time fee. We also did a class called Making Money with the Hedge Fund Trader class for $497. And then we also did a Hedge Fund Trader on Demand. We did a live workshop where we recorded us trading live with it. So total value of $2,791. Special offer price, $997 for today and today only. Here's the catch, and you knew there was going to be a catch. Only for the first 50 seats. We sell this in limited batches, okay? You can call area code 859-963-3445. I think that's the right number. Hopefully that's not my cell phone number because my cell phone number will blow up. I almost messed up one time and posted my cell phone number on a webinar, and I caught myself at the last second. So there you have it. Now, let's go through any questions. Now, let me show you so that you know that you're getting a good deal. So I'm going to show you how you know. So I'm going to go over here to Smart Setups, S-M-A-R-T, Smart Setups. Does everybody see the webpage, smartsetups.com? What's here? Hedge Fund Trader. Buy now. If you go over to buy it at the side, it's going to cost you $1,997. This is a one-time charge. Now, the link that I just gave you is only going to work for the next little bit, okay? And then once 50 seats are gone, boom, it's not going to work anymore, okay? So if you go to smartsetups.com/buy, smartsetups.com/buy, you can pick it up for a one-time fee of $997. One-time fee of $997. Any questions? Oh, that's a good question. Can we do installments? That's a good question. I think you can. Hold on. Copy. Let me go take you to, I believe there is installments. Yes, there is. So if you go to that page, you can decide whether you want to pay $997 or you can do a 3-pay of $397. Right there you go, okay? So if you're gonna finance it, it costs just a little bit more to finance it, but it's broken down in 3 equal payments of $397. Yes, you can do that. Yes, it's just a one-time fee. Is there a way to set this as a scanner? Fred, we don't have it set up as a scanner, but we're thinking about doing that in the future, but we have not done that yet. What about futures updates? Yeah, like we try our best to not, like we don't gouge you. We don't go, okay, there's an update. It's time for you to update. No, like this is a one-time purchase. Unless we just totally change the algorithm, then if it's just a minor update, it'll just be a minor update, right? Is Kentucky going to be in the Final Four? Does your indicator work on this? The indicator does not work on the Final Four, but I would say they got a decent shot, right? Can we do install? Yes. Is there a way to set scan? Okay, all right. Let's go back over to live charts, okay? I'm going to do live charts for the remaining part of this and just answer your questions. I'm going to get the order form out of the way. Okay, let me exit out of here. Okay, and I'm just going to put this right here so that you can see it, so I don't have to keep saying it every time. Can everybody see that? smartsetups.com/spy, area code 859-963-3445. Okay. All right, give me some symbols, and I'll keep going through these on the daily and help you out. Costco, C-O-S-T. There's Costco. Costco is a long, and it just fired off a new long just 3 days ago. So Costco's a long, and there's your trailing stop right there. So you'd be long right there, and your trailing stop on Costco is going to be 148.25. AA, Alcoa is a short. Unfortunately, you've missed the latest short, so you're going to have to wait for the bounce to reshort it. Does that make sense, Bill? JAZZ. JAZZ is a long. 1, 2, 3, 4 days ago, it just fired off a long, and right there's your trailing stop loss. Everything's looking pretty good there. Let me see here, Sarah. Explain again how you can have both green uptrend dots and purple smaller dots at the same time. Oh, because that's if you're going to be a counter trend trader. All right, so if you're going to, so this is an uptrend, right? Jazz is. So it'd be a long, trail the stop. If you're going to do a counter trend trade, the short would be right here, and you'd still trail that stop right there. We took care of both trend traders and counter trend traders. I just wouldn't short that as long as I've got green underlying here. I just think it's a crazy thing to do. It's not a real good risk to reward ratio in my mind, but that's how you do it. When will the TOS HFT scanner be ready? Gary, we don't have any plans for a time frame for that right now. Corn at C. Corn is a short. Most recent short signal is right here, and it's working like gangbusters. Right now, you have to wait for a bounce on that. NFLX. Netflix is a, all right, so 3 days ago, 1, 2, 3 days, it's a new trend trade short. Now you just got to wait for your red dot, and you'll be good to go. Amgen, AMGN. Thank you, great webinar. Oh, cool, glad you liked it. Amgen is a new fresh long, 2 green dots here, big green dot here, long with a stop right here at 153.33. Did I say corn is in a downtrend? Yes, corn's in a downtrend. Red dots above, a short here, trailing stop. You just got to wait for a bounce to short it. At ES, the ES is in a solid uptrend. I bet the ADX is too low to trade it though. It's a solid uptrend, and just today it fired off a new long. MNST. Monster Energy Drink is a long. So you got to wait for a pullback on a big green dot. ULTA, Ulta, ULTA is a long. Here's your most recent long signal. You got to wait for a pullback. MSFT is a short. Most recent short signal is right there. It was a cover today. Boeing, pretty easy to follow, right? Boeing is a long. Yesterday, Boeing was a long. Today, you've got a trailing stop. It's probably going to go to 170. Can you chart XLK and RUT for me? XLK. XLK is a valid uptrend. Today, it was a long. RUT. Mine won't work on RUT. Are you wanting the Russell, Bill? TWTR. TWTR is a valid long. Today you got a new fresh long signal on Twitter. IWM. How about we just do this at TF because that's what it's all based upon. Russell is a long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days ago is a long. IWM. IWM is not trending well on the ADX, but it's in a uptrend. It is a long 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days ago. It's working good. AAPL. Apple, great long, fired off a new long today. So here's a good example of a perfect trade setup. Trending up, green dot, trailing stop. That's a good one. So then if not stop lines, carry on per row, what are the bright red dots and the bigger green dots? All right, so I'm going to go over this one more time. So I thought I was clear on it, but I'll try one more time. The little green dots tell you if it's in a valid uptrend or a downtrend, okay? The big green dot means you're in a valid uptrend. You're going to get long right there, right? In this case, you're going to get long right here. And then you're going to get long right there. And now you're waiting for your trailing stop loss. It'll come in here tomorrow, and you'll be good to go. Already did the Russell. Thanks, Ari. Own it and attended tonight for education purposes. Thanks. Hey, just real quick, just if you do own it, because I know there's several people in here, if you own it, let me know. And just give me a good, let me know if you're making money or if you like it or if you don't. Yes. Own it. Great. Been making money since I bought it. Perfect. Own it and like it. Thank you, Dennis. William, Philip, Ken, Kurt. Easy to use. Good. Sandra says still learning. Perfect. I own it. Good. Yes, works great. Just bought it, Brian. Thank you very much. So yeah, I mean, it's one of the higher rated ones that we offer. I mean, almost everybody that uses it's like, man, it just makes my life so much easier. Yeah. Yes, sometimes confused with the time frames. Yeah, so always start with the daily and then go a little smaller, and don't get super small. No, UK, I can't. No, you can do a 3-pay though. Okay, I just purchased and I'm looking forward to ringing the cash register. Very nice. On Apple, would you get long January 24th? Wasn't the trend still down? January 24th, right here. No, the trend was still down. So right here's the most recent long signal right here. You could get long right there, but that would be a counter trend trade. I wouldn't do that one. The next time, so you could get long here just off of a pure trend change, and then your next signal to get long is right here. Either here or here. That one wouldn't be valid. Will it work on Fidelity's platform? No, it won't. Yeah, that's just funny. I like it, but a 1-minute chart on the ES give me trouble. Yeah, don't trade it on a 1-minute chart, right? I wouldn't go below a 5 or a 10-minute chart. That's asking a little much of it. So you discount the green dot when it's underneath the red dots. Yes, exactly. Unless you're going to do counter trend, you'd go, okay, counter trend, trade there. But yeah, I would discount that one. Yep. Will this trade work? Will it work for day trading? Yeah, it'll work for day trading. Yeah. Let me see here. Okay. If a green dot appeared 3 to 5 days ago, would you still consider it in a trade? Yeah, Liz, if I had a good risk to reward ratio, yes. I wouldn't have a problem with that. I would just have to know that I'm gonna be chasing a little bit, right? And you're just 3 to 5 days behind. So here's a good example of that. So here on the FGBL, your trade is long right here, and your trailing stop are these little blue dots. I don't think it's bad if you got in. I mean, you're not going to get annihilated by any means if you got in today at 158.64. I mean, yeah, you're out about a point, but that's not going to kill you. How does it work on the weekly time frames? It works great on weekly time frames. It's a little long for my blood, but there's what it looks like on the weekly. It's not too shabby. It's a very good indicator, and if you don't like it, you just let us know. That's how confident I am. It is a really good thing. It's been helping a lot of people take their trading to the next level. And I haven't heard any bitching and complaining of, oh my God, I bought it, I don't like it. We've heard nothing but just positive reviews on it. There's always a few people that just, whine and complain because they want to whine and complain, but overall it's getting really, really rave reviews and really good feedback. We get calls all the time on it. Can you look at the MMM for me? MMM. Bing. There you go. Do not let its simplicity deceive you. It is a very powerful indicator. You just had a brand new long today here on the MMM. Brand new long. Nice little trade right there. Please show the bonds at US. Here's the bonds. You want the 30 or you want the 10-year? 10-year notes. On Tossa, build a scanner or Ichimoku Smart Bubble Scan 3 above the cloud. Buy bubble. I wonder if this will work too. It'll probably work, Tony. This will probably work better, but yeah, your version like that might work. After purchasing, how do I get access to the videos? Thanks. Henry, as soon as you hit the add to cart, when you go over here to this link right here, so here's what it's going to look like. You've got a major decision to make, right? You're either going to be paying $997 for it or 3 payments of $397. Grab your credit card, put it next to your keyboard, put in your first name, last name, your address, your city, your state, your zip, your phone number, and email address. And then down here, put your valid credit card. And then when you hit place order, it's going to send you an email confirmation on where to get the indicator, download it. And then it'll also give you a downloadable area where you can watch the videos that we recorded for you in the course. If for some reason they get lost in cyberspace, all you got to do is send us an email. support@hubertcenters.com or call that telephone number tomorrow, and Jared or Michelle or Lisa or Gladys or myself will send it to you. Not a big deal. We're pretty good around here about helping people out. So at FDAX. Why does that not work? At FDAX. That should work. There we go. There's the DAX. Works good on the DAX on a daily. Now look at Facebook. I did not, but here's Facebook. There's Facebook. Facebook's kind of sideways, so be careful. HLF, Herbalife. Herbalife's a brand new long. That's crazy. A green dot. So what is the U.S. saying, please? Okay. So at U.S., the U.S. right now is saying it is a daily downtrend, and there was a long here. There's a daily downtrend, but there was a long here. So you have to wait until you get either a red dot to short it, or you got to wait until the red dots go from red to green. So the 30-year here is telling you just wait just a second, but the TY is telling you a little bit different story. It's telling you there was a long here, and you're probably going to get a long signal tomorrow. I want this, but I have to follow up and return to fight another day. I'm just here for that. Is there a time well spent doing everything? Well spent. I am truly no. Oh, thanks, Hank. Appreciate it. I just signed up. What do I use? Save file, Internet Explorer. You just save the file. You can just open it up. Mervin, are you a TOS guy or a TradeStation guy? What is tomorrow? Toss guy. Yo, all right. So when you save that file, it's going to think it's a video file. It's not, because it's a TS file. So watch the installation video that Jared did for you. He'll tell you exactly how to save it and download it and how to import it into TOS. And then if you can't follow the videos, if it's too hard, all you do is you just call us and email us tomorrow and say, hey, I want you guys to install it. And then we'll make an appointment with you and we'll get you set up. It's pretty simple. We're pretty laid back here. We try to treat people like we want to be treated, so we'll take care of you. Okay. All right, guys, that's all I've got. Here is your link once more. smartsetups.com/buy. Telephone number is area code 859-963-3445. I know I'm going to mess up one time and spew out my cell phone number. I know I am. That is the link, smartsetups.com/buy. Area code 859-963-3445. Good luck. Hope it helps, and we'll see you on the next one.